First of all, and the resiliency and that whole thing. But yeah, obviously they're so talented, and I'm lucky to be behind them. I know I don't take it for granted. You look around the league, a lot of guys taking a lot of hits, and I don't have to be one of those guys. So it's a fortunate thing to be in, and I've got a good group in front of me.
Did you know about that rule that had to move Graham over?
Yeah, well, because Skipper had reported, so he can't come back in the next play. Yeah.
Thanksgiving question that keeps getting asked. Dan was asked about it, just the losing streak on the holiday. You haven't been here for all of it, but you guys have just created so much new history for this organization. How much is that a part of going into this game, trying to start a new streak for this
Yeah, it's a big part of it. I think you find your edge every week on reasons, that you need the W, other than just needing a W. But yeah, that's certainly one of them for us, is that we haven't won on Thanksgiving. I know since I've been here, I don't know how much further before that, but that's a big thing. We play on Thanksgiving every year. Our fans come every year, and we want to get a W for them.
How are they different preparing for a division team, a team that you know versus maybe a team that you don't know as well?
Sure, yeah, it can be. I would say if we were playing them for the second time this year, it can help. It's the first time, so there's some new things. You're still getting the first time of watching all their tape. So I don't know if being in division helps much. I guess we know their personnel pretty good. They do some of the similar stuff from last year, but there are some differences too that we got to be aware of.
Jared's got after you guys pretty good last year. Does that change at all the way you guys prepare for that this time?
I don't think it changed the way we prepare, but you're aware of it. They got the better of us twice really, and we were able to come back and win one at home. But they played well against us, and that's a good group, and we got to be ready to go.
Well, thank you.
Yo, the lies told that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose when I get to, never lose, move on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running and maybe we just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, this your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, this your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, this your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
Can you guys hear me out there? You guys probably can't hear me. Can you guys, no sound? No sound. I bet you they're telling me no sound. Can you guys hear me? No. Now can you hear me? All right, let's start over. Welcome one, welcome all, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lion Villain Report. I am your host, Russell Wayne, and we are brought to you by the Full Circle Real Estate Team. right here. And actually, I'm going to use this one on the PFF Tuesday since it looks better right there. And we are broadcasting live into the Villain Squad YouTube page, which we have close to 60,000 villains in there right now. Thank you to everybody that is following the page. Why have billions when we can have thousands? Thank you to those who are following and liking the page, because we are the UDFA of sports podcasting. Yeah, that's the Tom Kennedy, baby. We are the Tom Kennedy of sports podcasting. And we are broadcasting live into Detroit Lions News Podcast. That is another Facebook page. Thank you to Joe Chapp and the boys over on his Twitter as well. And we are on the JC Sports Network on YouTube right there, as well as our own YouTube page at Lions Villain Squad. Thank you to those who subscribe to the page right there. And we are brought to you by Full Circle Realty, agent Dana Robinson. If you are buying or selling a home anywhere in the state of Michigan, call Dana today. If you want someone who works for you, if you want someone who will never give up, Dana Robinson should be your realtor. Call Dana today at Full Circle Realty at 810-422-3328. That is 810-422-3328. She can't wait to get working for you. And welcome one, welcome all, everybody, to Hump Day. Can you guys hear me now? I certainly hope you can hear me now. You can hear me now. That is good. Awesome. Awesome. So, this is the Hump Day preview. We're going to take a look at the game tomorrow, and tomorrow's going to be a special day when it comes to doing this show. Mike and I do the lock picks in the morning, and we are going to make all the picks versus the spread just like we normally do, but I'm going to take us right into the game time on Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's out there. It's faith, family, and then football here. It's important that we keep it in that order right there. And we pray for all of the players' safeties. We want everybody to come out of there healthy, no matter what the outcome of the game is, no matter what the score is, no matter what we do there. We want to make sure that the players are safe first, and that we're going to use football to create the memories. We don't let football use us on here at the Villain Report. Shout out to Elise Memes. She is the queen of memes. She's out there crushing it for us on this page. She's putting out some cool memes every single day, and I appreciate you so much. Let's say hello to everybody that's in the comments right now. And let's start with Henry Gray. What's up, my brother? Good morning, Lions. Good morning to the villains. Henry Gray says 11-1 is coming up. That's right. We're biting kneecaps. That's what we do here, is we bite the kneecaps. And I know it's not PFF Tuesday, but that's my cool graphic that's got Dana Robinson's name all the way in there. That other one was cutting it off a little bit, so I'm going to keep this one on there. Jeffrey Addison, ready for a feast on some Bears tomorrow? Yes, we got something cooking in the oven. We're going to start with the kneecaps and then work to the entrees and get them bare legs. Dwayne Keene, good morning to you. Good morning to Davey. Good morning, Jeremy B. I'm glad that you guys can hear me now. I'm getting through here on everybody. Fred, what's going on, Fred? Let's see what else we got in here. Right there, we're subscribing. Have you subscribed to the YouTube page? If you have, thank you so much, because we're steadily slow rolling towards 1,000 subscribers on that right there. And Jay Smooth is in the house. I appreciate some Packer fans. Because this is the NFC North, baby. This is the NFC North, And this is the strongest division in all of football. And I wanted to share something with you guys on here. Let me get onto my page. And in this order right here. Where the hell did it go? Oh, I might not even have that out yet. They may not have came out yet. We'll have to see about that. But here's this Bears team. This Bears team coming in to Ford Field. What are your thoughts of this game right here? I mean, does this feel like a trap game? Bear Down Mike is in here. He says, tomorrow it's on. Good luck, you guys. This could be an interesting game. The Bears always play the Lions tough. I mean, let's be honest with this. The Bears always play the Lions tough. You know, you're looking through the last couple games, and this is what we're doing here is being honest, right? In that last game, that Bears team forced us into a lot of turnovers, and they beat up on us. They beat us handily. And honestly, you know, I love the grit of this team and that we don't give up and that we can come back. But even in that first game that we played against them, they got out on a big lead on us, and that was with Justin Fields doing his thing. But I'm not overlooking this Bears team. And then when we get into this point spread thing tomorrow, I'm probably going to take the Bears and the points. Now, I won't pick against the Lions for the rest of the season. I think the Lions are going to win the game. But to have that point spread be at 10 or more, you know, with the injuries that we have, and the Bears just play like that grimy defense, right? They're going to play your team tough. And there's Jeremy right there. I think that the Bears are covering. We win by 7, 31-24. And that might be going away. I mean, 10.5. Is that what it's at? Is that what the game is at right now? Is it at 10.5 right now? Because that's what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that it's 10.5 points. The Bears are coming off a couple of pretty good performances against division team, and here we are in this division. And here we are in this division that is looking like it's the strongest division in football. I mean, I think that we can all agree there, because this is not an overreaction anymore. We made this graphic at the beginning of the year, and it has survived. Because if the Green Bay Packers were 8-3 in any other division in the NFC, they would be right there. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings are 9-2 and in second place. So let's make no mistake about this. And the Bears just went in there and honestly, a blocked field goal away. They should have beat the Pack. And really, they should have beat the Minnesota Vikings too, even though they got kind of lucky to get into the overtime. You had a chance to win in overtime. Those are where those clutch plays are. Because we were talking about that yesterday, and I can expand upon that a little bit. the clutch gene. What is the clutch gene? Because I'm one of those people that believe that the game is usually decided by 3 or 4 plays. Now, I'm not saying that there is another, like there's an ebb and flow to everything that goes on. But for the most part, it comes down to a couple plays that, you know, you need to get there and I need to stop you from getting there. And the players that rise up, and let's call it the 1%. There's more than 100 plays in a game, right? The 100%, the 1%, those are the plays that turn the tide of the game. The battle of wills. You know, dodge, duck, parry, thrust. Like you're doing a lot of that for 4 quarters, but there's some like peak times, right? There's like 3 or 4 peak plays that really are like, all right, let's see who's going to really win this game. And the players that play the best in those minutes and that time are the ones that win the games. And the Lions are showing that they have that clutch gene. When it comes into those battle of will moments, they win those moments. And up until this point, the Bears will get into those moments and then they would choke in those moments. So when Dane Campbell says that this team had to learn how to win, the Lions had to learn how to win, I really believe in that. And I think that the Bears are close. It's like they have to learn how to win. With that team, with that makeup of, they have to learn what their recipe is to win, because they get in those clutch moments and then, you know, the fire goes out. They got to learn how to rise up in those clutch moments. And you can't teach it. You can't just be like, hey, be really, really good when all the pressures and the marbles on the line. I mean, that's why they get paid the way they do. You know, who are going to be those players that step up in those big, big moments? So, I think the Bears are covering. Okay, yeah, you got that. Our defense will struggle with Gibbs and Montgomery. I mean, I don't know about that. Your defense. Here's the thing: it's the battle is in the trenches, right? And on the defensive side of the ball, I think that you guys are gonna struggle. Meaning your offense against our defense, and it has nothing to do with Caleb. It has to do with the middle of our defensive line. God, I went to the Indianapolis game and I couldn't believe what DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil were doing to Quentin Nelson and that poor rookie center that they had. I mean, it was unbelievable. They have the Lions have an unbelievable middle of that defense that is breaking out right in front of our very eyes right now. So as far as Caleb torched Flores' defense, and I don't think he's going to be slinging it against the Lions defense. I mean, he'll have to be a wizard out there, because I don't think that you guys got what it takes up front to stop DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil and Zadarius Smith and the I shouldn't say resurgence, the emergence of Josh Pascal as a dominant, edge setter. So I think that it's going to be a grimy game. Honestly, I think that the Lions are going to struggle against this defense. I mean, that's the way that it's been. So it's hard for me to see it a different way, Bear Down Mike. Like, you got a good defensive line that just gives our offensive line fits. And you guys usually force Jared Goff into a bad performance. So I don't know what Ben Johnson's got in store for that. Maybe it's going to be different, but it's the game before Thanksgiving when we lost Decker, Glasgow, and Ragnow due to injury, and that was the start of bad O-line play for 3 games. So we're already down Decker, but I feel good about our depth. You know, as long to me, Sewell is, you know, the key component when it comes in there. If you got Sewell, you know, it's almost like having a lineman and a half, and him and Zeitler right there on that right side. And, you know, if I got my Ragnow, Zeitler, Sewell, I feel good running to that side. You know, I'm good there. Look where the Lions were scoring defense per quarter last year versus this year. Yes, Jared Goff has played 9 games against the Bears, averaging 84.7 passing rating, 13 TDs, and 10 interceptions. Goff plays horrible against the Bears. That's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm talking about here. So they got this point spread at 10.5, and I'm like, are you guys cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs here? I love my Lions. I think the Lions will win the game. But I'm sorry. This is I don't agree with you on the part bear down, Mike, where Caleb's going to be slinging it all over the place. I mean, if you guys can block us, then I feel good about that. But they did pretty well against Anthony Richardson last week, and it was just forcing him into just uncomfortable throws. I saw this one play where DJ Reader like took the guard and like threw the guard into Richardson right as he was throwing the ball, and it forced a bad throw. So the defensive line is starting to get it together. I don't know if it's Terrell Williams, you know, and maybe just understanding the scheme, but I'm feeling good about it. NDF says we'd be lucky if it's not 45-10. NDF says I'm a Bear fan, but you guys are gonna kill us. Gosh, man, I just don't. This is a division game, bro. If you're a Bear fan, how do you not feel like this is not like an opportunity? You guys match up well. You have a defense that can play press on our wide receivers, that play well in the contested space, gives Goff fits. Because you guys disguise your defense good. You got big badasses up front that continue to go after offensive linemen all game. Like when you have that, it's like you have a chance, you know. That Minnesota team that you guys should have beaten is pretty good. You know, that Green Bay team that you should have beaten is pretty good. I mean, the Lions are good, but I wouldn't be selling. I mean, I'm not going to toot my horn and say I'm like 100% confidence. This could turn south quick. The Bears aren't like some chump team. They got good players, you know. Goff is just scared of Soldier Field. Now, I doubt that. Goff doesn't fear anything. Like, Goff is so, I don't know, surfer boy cool. He's a California kid, and he's just like, there is no fear in this kid. He's just like, whatever, no matter what. Whatever. You know, he throws a pick. Like, the craziest thing was, like, in that 5-pick game against Houston, you just felt like we were never out of the game. Even though he kept on making mistakes, he kept on turning the ball over. And if you're a Lion fan out there, I know that you feel me on this. When you were watching that Houston game, he just kept on throwing picks, and you're just like, damn it, Goff. But we never felt like we were out of the game. This type of Lions team, even if teams jump out against us, like we can't even beat ourselves. So it's hard for me to think of a team being able to outwill us at the end of a game. But I mean, I guess it's possible. I guess it's possible. Oh. Now, if you guys didn't know already, where's that? There we go. Share this tab instead. If you guys didn't know already, the Lions moved on from edge rusher James Houston. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Good article here on Sideline Report by Brad Berryman, you know, covering the basics of it. You live and you learn. I just think that he was like a square peg in a round hole. I mean, I think he's got skills. I think he does. I mean, you can tell that he's got pass rushing moves, but he would be better in a situation where you could just be a jack and be always rushing the passer from different spots. And that isn't something that he's really going to get to do here. So they moved on from him, and I don't know what that means. I mean, I think that they're just creating roster spot because Emmanuel Mosley came back, and holy crap. Hey, Jeremy B. Emmanuel Mosley played a game. He played a game, Jeremy. He finished the game. And he didn't get re-injured. Isn't that amazing? Emmanuel Mosley is back in the fold. And Lord, do we need it right now. I don't know, because we're looking at injury reports here. There will be some there'll be some absences here when you're looking through the injury report right here. It looks like where are we at right there? The Tuesday's practice report. You didn't get a practice from Taylor Decker. Khalif Raymond, they were rumoring that the injury might be season ending. They said that the prognosis on David Montgomery looked pretty good. Amon-Ra is going to play. You know that he will. As a matter of fact, I think Dan Campbell even just said, hey, he's going to be the punt returner too. Terrion Arnold's going to play, and I don't know about DJ Reader. I mean, an illness, but he still practiced. Was it? That's not good. I hope he wore a mask. He doesn't want to be spreading that stuff around. So those are some players. Those are some players. We're already down Anzalone. This team's went through the injury bug. But we went through the injury bug so long that it's like starting to come full circle. You know, they're starting to get players back that originally got injured when the injury bug started. So now that this crop of guys that are getting injured, hopefully we can get some of these guys back. I don't know what the prognosis is on Kaminsky. I thought that there was a shot that he could be back by Thanksgiving, but maybe it'll be longer than that. Maybe it's in more in December, but that will be nice. That would be nice to get that type of help back. And Ifatu Melifonwu. Dwayne says, can't put Amon-Ra St. Brown in punt return at all. I'm sorry. They're going to do it, Dwayne. I mean, Dan Campbell said that much. He said he's going to do it. As a matter of fact, we can listen to what Dan Campbell had to say. Let's do that, because I guess we're allowed to do that. So I want to do that. Let's do that. There you go, Dan.
So
A lot of guys questionable.
No increased optimism with the three you mentioned yesterday.
And so the gun charges, JMO's not going to face any gun charges. Have you talked to him about that? And, what's your message to him about kind of how dicey the situation could have been?
Well, we talked about this. Honestly, this was, man, we had this conversation with JMO back, I guess right before his suspension started, somewhere in there. So this has been talked about. We're all good. Hey, you got to be mindful of where you're at. Be on top of your details, man. Get that all eyes are on you. And he's good. We hit it, and he understands that.
Do you think he appreciates just how serious the situation was, and that he's had a lot of issues, right? Just how chance after chance that at some point in the NFL, you run out of chances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he does. I do. I think every one of these that come up, you don't want him to come up, but I do think he's learning and he's growing from these. I do. So, yeah, I do. I do.
Today with James, just explain why things didn't work out for him here.
Yeah, just it just didn't. It just didn't. We had James up for a number of games, came back off the injury and got back, and it just never quite worked out, and look, wish him the best of luck. And sometimes you just need a fresh start, and this could be great for him. So wish him the best.
You went with Amon-Ra in that game just because of the way the 46 was structured. Is there a guy in the lead, I guess, for that spot, or are you still trying to figure that out through practice with maybe Tom and Maurice?
Yeah, I mean, we are. I'm still trying to think about that, because part of me says let's just use Saint again because he is the most reliable. So we may just do that. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to do that. What's that? Yeah, I feel pretty good about Saint, actually. But I'll know more today, But you asked me about the three, Justin, that I talked about yesterday. And I don't feel as good about those. Feel pretty good about David, yeah. Yeah, like I say, after full pads yesterday and full tilt practice, it looked good. So.
Kept David out if you wanted to.
Say it again.
Kept David out of this one if you wanted to.
Could I have kept him out? Oh, heck no. Are you kidding me? No. And look, David last week he wanted to get back in that game. He was good, and I held him back just to be on the safe side. So, and he was not happy.
What is the prognosis for Raven? How long term is that?
We are still waiting on a second opinion.
Is that a concern that it's a season ending?
Could be, but I don't know that for sure. I don't want to, the first word we got was positive. We're just waiting on a second opinion,
How motivated are you guys to break that, to actually get a Thanksgiving victory? You haven't experienced one as a head coach here yet, but in this locker room, how do you feel like the guys really want to break that streak this year?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of present it like, I think there's two things. Number one, get a W, right? And it's a division win. That's why this is huge. Number two is because, the players are going to get a couple of days off. So they got family, friends in. It'd be nice to, to feel good about it when you're with everybody. Because it's just not real fun. It's not real fun to be around. Ask my wife, she'll tell you. Like, that's what she's praying for a win. I mean, big time, because she knows that, I'm a bear when we don't win. So we all want it. And it is long overdue, but we got to win the win.
Dan, since you brought her up, are you getting a kick out of your wife's larger social media presence?
All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm done answering those. Shouldn't have opened that up.
We talked a little bit about the coordinator change there.
Mm-hmm.
Coordinator. Is there anything schematically you're seeing different? It seems like it's pretty difficult to change too much on the fly.
There's not necessarily. There is more quick game. There's a lot more quick game. Get the ball out. Pretty simple progressions that he's doing really well with, man. You watch him, bam, bam, bam. He's working across the board, flipping his hips, processes it pretty fast. And if it's not there, he takes off. I kind of mentioned that there is some shifts, motions, perfect plays, kills. So there's a little bit of that that's different than it was. But they're still doing some of the same things. So I think they've you know, they're trying to give him the best opportunity to have success, or with any offense, you know, as much as you can. We get this look, this is what we run. We get the other, we go to this, or I give you the ability to give an alert, or a, you know, this is the best route out here to my 3-man side versus, you know, cover 2, cover 1, press on 1, off on 2, whatever that is. So, you know, that helps. I mean, because now you're not worried about, I got to call this and run it against anything they could possibly give me. I know what it is, and it's the best opportunity to have success.
First-year quarterbacks always progress at their own.
Yeah, that was something right there that he hit in the press conference. And this is where I want to caution Lion fan, but right there, to just think that we're going to go in there and do this like beat down thing. You got to acknowledge these things. Dan's talking about how Caleb's processing. And this was something I talked about at the beginning of the year too. It's like, I knew that Caleb wasn't going to come in and destroy the world, or at least I thought that I knew that Caleb wasn't just going to come in and destroy the world, because this is the NFL. And it happens to like literally every single rookie quarterback ever, you know. And honestly, it's like you look at CJ Stroud, it looks like he's having his struggles in the second year that he should have had in the first year. So every quarterback's gonna go through struggles. And it's like, if they can figure it out, that's the big question. You know, can they get the defenses to slow down and the play to slow down for them a little bit? And I think that's starting to happen. And I knew that having the Chicago Bears coming in on Thanksgiving, you know, here we are, week 12. When it comes down to it, you got the most seasoned version of Caleb Williams you're going to get. Now, like I said, I think the Lions are going to win the game. I just like, but I look at that spread and it makes me go, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. Dwayne, I know. He says you can't put in on Amon-Ra at punt return at all, and I think that's what they're going to get back into. So let's get back into this. I just wanted to comment on that part of it right there.
What's impressed you the most about what Caleb's been able to do in his first few games?
Oh, look, it's not easy for any quarterback coming into this league. I don't care who you are. You know, everything happens so much faster. You know, the athletes, you know, the looks that you get, the amount of separation, or the lack of amount of separation you had in college, you know. So those get on you. It takes a minute, you know. And then between knowing protections, am I hot on this? What's the look? I know this is a disguise. I don't know if this is a disguise, a nickel coming. There's just a lot. And so what I've been impressed with is just he has grown. He's grown every game. But these last two, I really feel like he's taken off. And what they're doing with him has been really good for him. And he just looks very composed. Doesn't get frazzled. Plays pretty fast. And, you know, he's an accurate passer, big arm. And he's got some guys that can get open for him.
Yeah, and right there, he's an accurate passer and he plays fast. So when you look at the mobility thing, like the Lions just faced Anthony Richardson, right? Now, Anthony Richardson is definitely more suited towards the running game, but Caleb Williams has a way better arm than Anthony Richardson has. So when I look at this, it's like he can't run like Anthony Richardson does, but he does have escapability. So he is hard. He is squirmy in that backfield. I do think he has the ability to run, but I do believe that the Lions defense is geared towards stopping a QB that is good outside the pocket. So, I mean, we saw him contain Anthony Richardson in there, and especially when it comes down to the red zone with it right there. But let's get back to it.
He's seeing out of his skill set and what he's given you on special teams.
Listen, Viki's a pretty good special teams player for us. You know, and like we had a lot of high hopes for him in that regard for us. You know, we felt like in the meantime, while he's learning to be, you know, play the halfback position because he's kind of new and it's you know, something he hadn't done a lot of, that special teams would be an area that he would help us. And he's done that. You know, he's a 4-core guy for us. And because he does special teams, he plays like a safety, which is what he was in college. So he's growing, he's continuing. We slowly try to give him a couple of plays in the offense just to help him, but he's been an asset, you know. And I go back to this: if you can get him to the game, then you can use him in other areas. So he's been able to do that, and we like him a lot. You know, we like him a lot.
Carlton potentially down this week. Is there any consideration given to moving Amik outside, just his experience there, or is that too much shuffling the deck with what you guys like to do defensively?
We talked about it. I mean, it's up for discussion. You know, it's hard to say there again on a walkthrough. There, I let the cat out of the bag. We really didn't go full speed and pads yesterday. It's hard to do that. But all things are on the table. It's not like Amik's never played outside. You know, he could go out there and not bat an eye, and then you move E-Man inside, which is great. So we have all options on the table. We're not afraid to play Dorsey either with Vildor or whatever the case is. We've got options, and we feel good about all of them.
How are you feeling about Hendon Hooker's development throughout the year, and if he has to step in and maybe man a series or a gamer, how comfortable are you with him?
He's progressed. He's progressed, which is, you know, what we told him from day one. We just need growth. We need you to grow every week, and we've given him opportunities in practice, good on good, to run our offense. You know, and as much as we can, you know, putting him under pressure, we've done that, and I would say he's progressed. That's the best way to say it, you know. And every guy grows at his own rate, and he's growing. And listen, if the time comes, he's got to be ready to play, period. Doesn't matter whether he's ready or not. You know, he'll go in there, and there's things that he does well, and those are things that we would call that I think he'll have success with. And you go from there.
Right there, he's talking about Hendon Hooker, baby. Here's something that I talked about at the beginning of the season, right? You know, when people were asking me like, "Oh, we need a backup quarterback, we needed these," I don't believe in Hendon Hooker. It's like, I believe in progression, and I believe that the coaches that we have here in Detroit, all of them from the top to the bottom, they all develop players very well. And I think that Hendon Hooker is getting a very good developing. Now, he was not ready week one. You know, but one thing that you could see about Hendon Hooker right off the get-go was his first performance. And then he had a second performance, which was better than the first. And he had a third performance, which was better than the second. And he progressed and he progressed and he progressed. So, but here's something that's been happening behind the scenes that we don't see, but you got Hendon Hooker out there is running the number 2 team in every single practice for every single game and practicing like he's the guy going in there. So what Dan Campbell's saying right there is that Hendon Hooker is ready to go in there, and it may not look the same. If something were to happen to Goff and Hendon Hooker were to go in there, it would not look the same as it does with Goff, but they have a package of plays that it really fits what Hendon Hooker does, and then he would have success with it. So he's developing. Now he's 12 weeks in to that, you know, that hardcore development, and it's only going to get better. He is going to develop. He's only 26 years old. I know he was an older rookie, but he's 26 years old now, and he's not a rookie anymore. Now he's just an NFL player that's backing up one of the best offenses in the NFL. So there's that. Yeah, back to Dan.
progressing at the rate that you're comfortable with for a developmental quarterback?
Sure. Any growth is good with me. I mean, that's all. You just want to know he's getting better in all the little small areas to play in the quarterback position, and I think there's so many things when it comes to that. It's, you want it all, everybody wants it all. And it doesn't work that way. And you just want to know, hey man, you can get in there, you command the offense, get us in the right play. Everybody's going to look at you and know, your stuff. And they can trust you. Now, is it going to be perfect? No, it doesn't need to be, because there's a way we can play the game if it comes to that too. So, and I do feel him growing. And that's all you can ask for.
A little bit out there. Are you guys considering Daniel Jones at all now that he's a free agent?
We haven't really talked about that. I mean, the names come up, but it's not like we've sat down and talked. So I don't want to give you a yes or no. Yeah.
So that's our leader, our fearless leader, Dan Campbell, right there. And I don't know how you feel, but I get most of the ideas that I feel from what the coaches say. Because at the end of the day, if you listen to Stephen A. Smith or a lot of the talking heads that are out there, and I listen to a little bit of everybody, but when it comes down to it, the coaches are the ones that know. And I know that there's a lot of coach speak, but there's some things that are said that where you can read between the lines with that. And it's like, we do have some injuries, but we have some guys coming back. We don't, Carlton Davis out, E-Man in. So E-Man's going to come in and play some of the slot. Amik Robertson's got experience on the outside. So, I mean, next man up. We got the best safety tandem in the league. So, I like what he said about E-Man. He did talk a little bit about Vaki, but I think that putting St. Brown back there, I mean, I don't think he's going to take too many chances. If you want a guy that's just reliable to catch the ball, he had that one punt return where he just kind of ran out of bounds. You need somebody who's going to catch the ball and not drop it. And I don't know at this point with all of the other injuries, and I know because I've heard some of the other stuff that's in here. What I saw some of the stuff in here, like DPJ, and Vaki plus Craig Reynolds, maybe Craig Reynolds, but I don't know. He's more of a kickoff return kind of guy. I don't know if Vaki is ready for that. And DPJ, do you want to bring up a guy and take up a roster spot just for a guy that's going to do your kick returns and doesn't really offer you anything in the pass game? Especially when you need other roster spots for like linebackers and, other edge rushers or offensive linemen, because we're down Decker this week too. So I don't know if they're going to be willing to devote a roster spot to just a punt returner. I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, but I think that he's playing for making it through this like 13 day, 3 games in 13 days thing they got going on here. And they got to survive this. And it's 2 division games within this. This hellish 3 games going into this. You escape and get out. You actually beat down the Indianapolis Colts. So 1 down, 2 to go. But none of these are gimmies. And we got to go in bumps and bruises. If Carlton Davis was even questionable, I would say leave him out. Because we got to make it through. We got to make it through the season. If we get into the playoffs and all these guys are injured, I mean, you're not going to want to have anything to do with that. if you limp into the playoffs and then you get beat in the first round because all of your troops are down, that sucks. You don't want that to happen. So you've been watching the Lion Villain Report. This is a Monday through Saturday experience right here. This is the Hump Day preview brought to you by Full Circle Realty. That's Agent Dana Robinson. So if you're buying or selling a home anywhere in the state of Michigan, call Dana today. If you want someone who works for you, if you want someone who will never give up, Dana Robinson should be your realtor. Call Dana today at Full Circle Realty, 810-422-3328. That's 810-422-3328. And she can't wait to get working for you. So this is the Hump Day preview right here. I'm your boy, Russell Wayne. We're broadcasting live into our Facebook page at Lions Villain Squad, approaching 60,000 villains. Go over there, hit that like button, hit that follow button. That's how this machine works. We're the UDFA of sports podcasting. So liking, sharing, and commenting, that type of stuff helps us. So, and we appreciate that. Mark G says, I expect DJ Moore to have a big game. Expect the Bears to abandon the run game early and start airing it out with the short passing game. I bet Davis plays but has his playing time reduced this game. For sure. And either way, I'm good with it. How do you feel about that? I mean, to me, I want to make it through the season. I want to make it through the whole season. I want to be able to get into the playoffs, and I want to make some noise. I want to get to the Super Bowl. I want to hoist the Lombardi. In order to do that, you need all your troops. You need to get your troops together and, get through. This is a hard 3-game stretch. That's the only thing right here. Like, if they can get through Thursday and Thursday, right? This next 7 days with the 2 games, after going through that game 4 days ago, and then they kind of get like a mini bye week, you get a mini bye week and your Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's cool. Central Scrutinizer, 1 game at a time. Let's go. And that's something that I think that they've been preaching in the locker room. It's like, I feel comfortable, in my trash talking because my coaching is good. When I look at my team, I know that, next man up is just like this thing that people say, oh, yeah, next man up. You got to have next man up. But we actually have it here. Detroit has next man up. We got players that understand the scheme. And Aaron Glenn has the ability. Aaron Glenn has the ability to morph his players. They're all multiple players. So he can morph the defense around the strength. For a couple of weeks, we had to do exotic blitzing because there was no Zadarius Smith. The Zadarius Smith impact can't go unnoticed. And Zadarius isn't going to bring you 20 sacks. That's just not his game. He sets an edge. There's a certain mentality on that defensive line now. And that's why I do feel the Lions will win the game. I don't know if they're going to cover that 10.5. I don't know. I haven't gotten into my prediction yet. That's going to be done tomorrow for Prediction Thursday. I'm glad that I have another 24 hours to chomp on this, 23 hours. Because, you know, NFL, Week 12, point spreads, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can take the line. I'm looking up right now. You know, FanDuel, 10.5. FanDuel has it at 10.5. The money line. So how about this, Bear fan? I got this for you, Bear fan. I don't mind that. The money line, Bear fan, is at plus 400. I know that some people were talking about how if the Detroit Lions won, they would break Vegas. They're not going to break Vegas. They're going to take a whole bunch of hopeless suckers at plus 400. If Vegas really thought that the Bears were actually going to win the game, plus 400, that's a good payout. It's a good payout. That money line. That's cray-cray. They got a 4-game parlay in there on FanDuel. The Detroit Lions minus 2.5 in the first quarter. Lions minus 3.5 in the second quarter. Minus 2.5 in the third quarter. I don't even know how that would even work. Touchdown score. Jamison Williams to score an anytime touchdown is 220. Plus 220. To score 2 touchdowns. Let's see if they got that on there. For Jamison Williams to score 2 touchdowns is plus 1,800. Interesting. If Jamison Williams were to score 2 touchdowns, and you put $10 on that, you would win $180. Those are just things that it was something that I brought up last week. You know, the 2 touchdown thing, and it's like somebody's going to be on that. Somebody's going to bet it, and somebody's going to get it. And when he gets it, it'll never be that high again. So you got one shot at getting on it. With that, I mean, plus 1,800 for Jamison. You know Jamison's going to score 2 touchdowns in the game sometime. Get it while the getting's good. It's the Hump Day preview right there. I got the Lions winning this game. I don't know if I have them covering yet. You're going to have to wait for tomorrow for the lock picks with Main Event Mike, if you want to hear that. Main Event Mike can be seen every Monday night at 7 p.m. He's got his own Lions News show. Bad Opinions. You can watch it there. This is the Hump Day preview on the Lion Villain Report, brought to you by Dana Robinson. at Full Circle Realty. And I want you to buy a house from her, simply because she's supporting my podcast. You want somebody that's going to walk you through the process? I've bought a house before. There's all kinds of extra stuff that you don't even want to know about. It sucks. It sucks. And unless you have somebody that is walking you through that process and they understand all of the tedious steps, then it's not worth your time. Full Circle Real Estate Group, Dana Robinson, she'll hook you up. She'll walk you through that process, and then you won't feel that anxiety while you're trying to buy a house. So Dana Robinson, Full Circle Real Estate Group, 810-422-3328. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Join the conversation, everybody. And if you own a business in the Michigan area and you're a Detroit Lions fan, that's the most important part. You want to partner with the Villain Squad, like Full Circle Real Estate Group. You want to be guilty by association? Call Main Event Mike at 810-620-2167 and find out how you can be guilty by association. It's faith, family, then football. In that order. We use football to spend time with our family and create memories. We don't let football use us. And I'm going to take off out of here. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow for the Thanksgiving show. Peace out.
Hey, yo, the lies told that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes win. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose, smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it, maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision and pay me, it's never the sway me. Indigenous, maybe we winning, it's crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. This your opportunity.